Hey guys, this is Natasha. Okay, this story came out yesterday where a caller called in Jesse Lee Peterson's show on March 21st, 2023. And he was co parenting with his ex wife. And he has an 8-year-old. So he called in asking Jesse Lee Peterson for advice. And Jesse Lee, let me give you background information on Jesse Lee. He has one son. He had the son when he was 19 years old. And at that time, of course, if you have your kids out of wedlock, it was frowned upon. So her parents, basically made her marry someone else that was willing to marry her right away, because I don't think Jesse Lee Peterson was going to marry her. So they made her marry someone else. And, of course, he had the son. I guess they were living in Indiana or Alabama. I'm not sure at the time. But he ended up moving to California. So, of course, he was not there for his son, to watch his son grow up, to play with his son, because he's in another state, all the way in California. And so, again, Jesse Lee had resentment for his mother and also his child's mother, who married someone else. I mean, that's heartbreaking. I'm sure he was devastated by that. And he couldn't be with his son. Someone else had to raise his son because, of course, the son had a stepfather. And I'm sure that tarnished his relationship with his son, and he doesn't even have a great relationship with the son, even till this day. And he blames the women for everything. Jesse Lee blames women for practically every single thing. He's like, they want to be leaders, they should just... He blames them for everything because he's weak-minded and women are strong-minded, pretty much. But anyways, so let's get back to the story. So I just gave you a background of Jesse Lee Peterson. He didn't have to pick up his son all the time because he wasn't there. He was all the way in another state. Well, anyways, so this father calls in and says, I have an 8-year-old and I'm no longer with the mother. We've been co-parenting, right? But I'm having conflicts in scheduling and picking him up and stuff like that. And he was like, there's no conflict. Your ego is the problem. If you loved your son, you would walk away. Now, and he was like, well, what if it's convenient? What if I leave him this and that? Well, he's like, if it's convenient, you can pick him up. But if it's not convenient, just walk away from the situation. Go live your life. And this guy was very puzzled. He was like, but I love my son. I can't just walk away. He's like, no, see, that's your ego talking. If you loved your son, you would walk away. And it puzzles me because, a father's duty is to be there, is to be present, is to spend time with his kid. And the son needs his father, presence and being with him and playing with him. So for a pastor, a preacher to give him that bad advice, it boggles my mind. And then he says something really interesting, Jesse Lee Peterson. He's like, why can't you just walk away from the situation? Your ego is not allowing you to walk away. Just go live your life and walk away. And the guy's like, but I love my son and I want to be there for my son. He was like, well, if it's not convenient, then you need to walk away. But if it's convenient, you can go pick him up. What kind of advice is that? Like, he's basically promoting deadbeat absentee fathers. Like, why would you tell someone that way? Why would you tell someone that? This is sickening to me. I was so disgusted. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the clip of Jesse Lee Peterson giving bad advice to this young man on co-parenting and basically being a father. And it's ridiculous, and I can't believe he gave him that bad advice. But go ahead and listen, guys.
Don't take my advice just because I'm saying it. But if you don't trust your parent, they don't like you because you apologize to them, then they're going to screw up your child.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like no matter what happens, he's going to get screwed up, it seems like.
Right. Because you made a baby with the wrong woman, or you made a baby with an evil woman, now you're paying the price for it.
Right, so I guess I just need to accept that I'm just screwed and I just got to serve my sentence, basically.
Well, you're not screwed. You were blind when you got with this woman. You didn't see what you were doing, right? You didn't see that was the wrong woman. Now you see it. Be glad to see it and just live your life.
Right, I get you with that, but what I'm saying I'm still reaping the consequences of something I did 10 years ago. It's
No,
still
you're not.
affecting my life.
You're not reaping the consequences at all. You just believing lies in your mind and emotions that you're reaping the consequence. The moment you realize that that was wrong to do it that way, it was done. There was no more suffering. But you believe in lies and you believe in evil spirits in your imagination. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. So you're judging yourself based on the lies in your imagination.
Well, I'm more concerned about my kid than I am my consequences. I just don't. Even if I should walk away, like that's the solution. That's what God wants, and that's the right thing to do. I don't know if I could just do that.
Why not?
Because I love my kid.
But if you love your kid, you walk away.
Then I guess I don't love my kid. I don't know how to.
You don't. The feeling that you have for him is an ego feeling. It makes you feel good to think that you love your kid. That's not helping him at all.
Well, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to handle doing that. You know what I mean? I don't even know where to go from there. I'm not disagreeing with you. I just don't know how to do that, because I thought forgiving my parents would make me overcome that. But if that's still there, then I don't know what I'm missing.
It's over except you believe the lies and thoughts about it. You've been trained all your life. Everything should be like this and like that, and you're trying to make that be like that, and that's what's hurting you. But if you let go of the thoughts and the emotion of it, you will be fine. All thoughts are all lies all the time. We've been taught wrong in life. They have enslaved us in life and not made us free. We're in prison. Now it's time for you to come out of prison by letting go of everything you've been taught in that way, all thoughts about it and all feeling, and you will see God will guide you.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm just too scared to do it.
But she's gonna screw him up anyway, whether you pick him up or not.
Yeah, well, you don't think my presence has any positive impact at all?
Well, it definitely made the boy happy to see you, but when you're not around, he still have that missing void for you. And so there's nothing you're going to be able to do about that, but work on you right now. Let everything go like that and work on you. And as you get right with the Father, then your son will come back to you. He will send your son back to you in due season.
All right. Well, before I let you go, so the thoughts don't mess with me, because some days I don't work on the days I'm supposed to get him, do you think I should still get him if it's convenient for me?
Yeah, if it's convenient, you don't have to work. It's convenient. Yeah, go get him.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah.
And that way you would be with him, right? You don't need a babysitter.
Right.
Yeah, if it's convenient for you, go get him. If not, you can't do it.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. All right, cool.
That makes sense?
Yeah, I can deal with that.
And when you go to get him, do not argue with her about anything at all.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I've already overcome that part. I'm just overcoming the being beta with my kid.
Because the fear you have about your son is not of God, that's of evil. In God, there is no fear. The men and women who have returned to the Father have no fear. You only have fear if you have not returned.
So I've basically just made my son more important than God even wants me to.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
See, I believe you, man, but that's like a strong lie that I feel like it's gonna be hard for me to unravel that.
It won't be hard if you get away from thinking about it. Because all those thoughts that you're having about it, just telling you that, it's not from God and it's not from you. Those are spirits that made a home in your imagination, and they are giving you those thoughts and feelings. They're not your own, and they're not from God. You're still listening to the devil.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Did you know that you were possessed with evil spirits?
Yeah.
Well, that's
I've
what.
been watching you for a while, man. It's crazy because even if you know it intellectually, he can still trick you.
Absolutely. But if when he trick you, if you catch it by